So the power of habits, why you should track client profitability regularly. Okay, one of the greatest things a business can do to make more money is not generate more sales, is not go out there and slash costs and slash and burn. It's not develop necessarily new products in new markets. Right? One of the best things you can do is to look at your current client base and go, are my clients profitable? And so this is something you should do regularly, because the more regularly you do it, the more habit you make it, the more consistently you do it, the better your profitability of your clients. Firstly, why does it matter? Well, firstly, not all clients are equal. Okay? Some clients are low maintenance, low key, ease, and they make good profits. They pay on time, they don't complain. Right? You want more of those clients. Whereas on the other hand, you'll have clients who might appear big, maybe the revenue numbers are huge for your business, but maybe the cost to deliver the service is well in excess of your revenue. Maybe they're annoying, maybe they don't pay on time, maybe they're the sort of client that when they ring, you try and avoid the call. You want less of those clients. And so running a successful SME is about having more of the good clients, more of the clients you want to work with, more of the clients that are highly profitable, and less of the clients that you don't. And so here are a few key questions to ask yourself. Firstly, am I spending too much time on low margin, low value clients? Right? If you've got a lot of little clients at a few $100s each and you're spending a majority of your time on those clients, maybe it's time to cut them. Are there hidden costs eating into your profitability? Okay, and again, if your staff is spending huge amounts of time, if your staff are getting stressed over certain clients because they're spending a lot of time dealing with issues that, you know, the time or the cost or the revenue it's not recoverable, then maybe it's time to think about cutting the clients. We've developed a tool called the Client Value Calculator, which actually makes it really simple to measure a client's profitability. And so you can download that tool off our website. Link will be in the description below. Okay. So the hard part about this is forming the habit, right? This is something I actually do weekly or fortnightly, but I do it pretty regularly. And we run a dashboard on our system that measures all our clients and their profitability. It includes gross revenue, it includes overheads and costs, it measures a real profit, and then a return on revenue. And so for us, this is really important, because if we have a client that's trending the wrong direction, for example, in terms of profitability, if we have a client that as we know is causing us grief in terms of how they operate, it might be time to have a discussion with them. It's also a great tool for us to motivate our team as well, because we can sit there and look at the profitability by team member and go, okay, well, why is this client unprofitable? Is it something we're doing wrong? And if it is, then we need to change the way our approach to things and how we're doing things. Or is it the fee's wrong? And if the fee is wrong, which is, you know, I as head of sales and head of marketing, it's my fault for doing that. But that needs to change. And it might need to sit down with a client and have an honest conversation with the client and say, hey, listen, we know we've got a fee set of X, but you know what? It's actually costing us Y, and that's unsustainable for us. And we've looked at our processes, and that's something we now need to go and do and go and fix. So the first thing to do is schedule review time. Again, I do this. I actually do it on a Sunday, weirdly. I sit down Sunday morning with a coffee and I sit down, I look at my dashboards and see how the preceding week and preceding month is going. And so what I said, one of the key dashboards is the client profitability dashboard. Put it in your calendar, sit down, make it a Thursday afternoon thing where you sit down at 4 o'clock every Thursday and just carve out that 1 hour of time, or a early first thing Tuesday morning before you come in early and before anybody else does. But it's important to sit down and make sure that time happens. If you've got an accounting firm like us, get your accounting firm to set up bespoke reports. For some of our clients, that's exactly what we do. We set up client reports for them, and every month send them out and we have a chat with them. We sit down with our clients, book a time in, and talk through the client profitability. You know, that's an important step, and we as the accounting firm can provide sort of external insights into the profitability otherwise as clients. So automate where possible. If you can automate the process, it always makes it far easier. CRM systems, I said dashboards, hundreds of tools out there. If you need help with your tools, please give us a call. Again, quite regularly what we do is we help clients take their data from their accounting system, from Xero or QuickBooks or MYOB, jam it together with other forms of data. It might be production systems, CRM systems, and use that to come up with a tool that measures client profitability. Finally, you should also involve the team. That's the other thing too, because if your team have got ownership of their profitability of their clients, then, you know, that's going to be helpful for engaging traction. So involve your sales guys to start with. If you've got a sales team, are they engaged? Are they sitting there going, okay, we've made the sale, but you know what? It ended up being unprofitable. All right, so make sure the sales teams across it. Your production teams, Okay, they're the ones delivering the work. And whether you're a professional services firm or whether you're selling widgets or whether you're in a financial institution of some description, ultimately all clients have a service delivery element to it. And so involving those teams as part of that, looking at the efficiencies and say, okay, can we be more efficient in how we do this to improve profitability? The other thing I would say too is set a benchmark. Like, what does your benchmark profitability look like? How much do you expect to generate in terms of profit from each client? And do that as a percentage of revenue. That's an easy way to measure it. That's what we do. We have benchmarks, and some clients exceed the benchmark, some clients are below the benchmark. And then if the client's below the benchmark, we say to ourselves, okay, well, firstly, A, why? And B, if we can't fix it, is there a strategic reason why it might be below the benchmark? We've got certain clients out there where we've made strategic decisions to actually have a lower benchmark or a lower profitability because the client's either a good strategic fit for us, we really, really enjoy working with them, or thirdly, it's a long-term, steady relationship. And so in some cases we go, you know what, this is 2 or 3 years worth of work. It makes strategic sense for us to have a lower profit margin over time. And it's actually something we communicate with our clients too. If we've made that strategic decision, I tell the clients we're taking a cut on our margin because you're a long-term client of ours. Make them aware of it. Don't hide it.